We don't get to choose what happens in our lives. Sometimes we have good days, sometimes we have bad days. But we all go through hard times, it's inevitable. But the important lesson to learn during these hard times is how to respond properly. Sometimes we respond in anger or frustration. These are normal reactions, but we should be able to control them instead of letting them control us. It's important that when we're angry, we don't say or do things that we might regret later, like hurting our friends or saying things we don't mean, all because of a bad day. But it's also important to not blame God for when things don't go right in our lives. For starters, you have to understand that hard times don't mean God has abandoned you. The first thing we normally do when things fall apart is ask God questions like, why me? Why is this happening to me? And when we say these things, it shows us that we doubt God and that we doubt that God could ever deliver us from this place of hardship. Having these doubts can only push us deeper into this place of hardship and not bring us away from it. You have to understand that God is testing you. He isn't letting you suffer or fall because He's forgotten you. He hasn't and never will abandon you. What's most likely happening is that you're being sent through trials by God in order to see if you will still choose to rely on Him in these tough times. A person in the Bible who we can all learn to live like is Job. Job is someone who lost his family, he lost his health, he lost his money, and still he said in Job 1 verse 21, "The Lord gave and the Lord has taken away. May the name of the Lord be praised." Now reading this, you might think that Job was insane or he had something wrong with him, but he wasn't crazy. Even though he lost everything, he still decided to praise God. And that might seem impossible to us. And of course, we don't want to lose everything, but it's an example of how far we should be willing to go for God. In Job's situation, we would have given up on God. A lot of us would have turned away from Him. But if Job can worship in those situations, so can we. We have to remember, like Job did, that even when we are lost or lose everything, God won't let us be destroyed by the pain we go through in life. God will never put you through more than you can handle. Understand that everything in your life has a purpose. You were put on this earth at this specific time on this specific day for a reason. Everything that happens to you in your life has a purpose as well. Everything happens for a reason. There is something to learn in everything. Everything you experience right now is there to strengthen you for tomorrow. God is putting you through these things maybe because there's a lesson you could learn from it. So the next time you feel pain or suffering or you feel angry, instead of getting angry at God, think about what you could learn from this situation in order to grow from it. You also have to understand that the enemy wants you to fall from God. The more you doubt God, the more you give in to what the enemy desires. It's important to build that trust in God so that when you catch yourself falling, you have someone to fall on. Don't let a temporary inconvenience rob you of everything God has done for you. Give all your pain, suffering, and stress to God. Trust it all in His hands. He can free you from everything you fear because anything is possible through Christ. The next time you catch yourself feeling angry or suffering from something, even if you aren't thankful, learn to thank God, even in those tough situations. When you thank God in situations like that, it's a great exercise to help you build faith in God. When you actively learn to live like that, it naturally becomes your passive mindset. And the next time you find yourself in a situation where you feel angry or you feel like things aren't going your way, you'll naturally learn to lean on God. This is a great mindset to have, and it's a great thing to develop within your walk with Christ. And also get into your word. Reading your word and finding examples of things that feel similar to what you're going through in the moment is a great way to get over what you're going through or to not let it get to you as well as it normally does. Overall, learning to trust in God in these situations is what we should all learn to do, and it's something that we should all learn to develop within our walk with Christ.